Hey, I'm Diana Taurasi from the Phoenix Mercury, and you're listening to the 3 Point Conversion Radio.
Disappointed. It might sound funny, but disappointed in the first half. I thought we had them on their heels and we outplayed them in the first 20 minutes, but a 12-point lead should have been a 20-plus point lead and maybe put a mustard seed of doubt in a team that is really, really talented and can score the ball. We reminded them that they were outplayed for the majority of the game in Washington, and all it took was one stretch, one great quarter, and that's how good they can be offensively in short stretches, that you can outplay them for a long stretch, and they're so explosive that they can win a game because they can just explode in stretches. They came out of halftime energized. They scored 8 of their 9 first possessions, scored on 8 and 9 of their first possessions, gave them life, gave them confidence, and felt like we were chasing our tails the entire second half and got our butts kicked at home. So disappointed overall with the loss, but as poor as we played defensively in the second half, you can correlate it back to the first half when a 12-point lead should have been a 20-plus point lead, and we squandered a big opportunity in the first 20 minutes. Yeah, I mean, Jazz is a huge loss. She's one of the premier defensive guards in the history of the league. Anytime you lose a player like that, you're going to take a step back defensively. But it wasn't just their guards. I mean, it was their second chance opportunities, their energy by the post players. I thought in each and every position we got outplayed tonight. Every single position. It's a team sport, but individually we got outplayed at every spot. I mean, Jazz injury affects us all, but I don't think in the big scheme of our psyche going into the game, it didn't play a big factor. I thought we played at times fatigued. I felt like at times trying to play with just today as a shoot around because the travel home from Indiana was such a cluster that we didn't practice yesterday. Certainly didn't help. But this is just the start of a really, really tough swing for us. And we let an opportunity go in the first half. I really, truly will not stop saying it. Yeah, it's we see it every day in practice. We see it every day in every game. This is how we've shot the ball all year. We've missed way too many baskets. We consistently are shooting under 40% in the paint. And once again, we left a lot of points around the rim and not finishing at a high clip. And when you do that and you can't supplement it on a night with 3-pointers, it's going to come back to haunt you. And tonight, we just missed way too many makeable baskets around the rim. Yeah, we have not consistently finished in the paint this year. Yeah, it's a balance of rest and recovery, film, and then you're on the court for a short duration, and the intensity is typically less. So you've got to find a balance and have these guys ready for game nights, but it's certainly not a practice that's has any kind of intensity or duration. Yeah, I just this team is competitive. They don't like to lose. Um, I think I don't know the stats in my head, but something tells me that we've won 18 of our last 20, right? 18 of our last 20 regular season games. That tells me that's a 90% winning percentage. I think we were 32-3 in our last 35 games. So this group is competitive, doesn't like to lose. So the mindset will be they'll be frustrated, but you can't sit with it long because we get an opportunity to step up against them. Thank you.
I think it's just, focus. We're not trying to miss. The ball's just, you said, put it in the hole. I think it's just, focus on locking in and making sure we finish through contact and, take pride in finishing. She said.
I think we had good looks, just finishing, like you said before. Taking advantage of the opportunities that were there, and the good thing is we get an opportunity really soon to come out and play better. So definitely a learning experience.
It's tough, seeing our point guard go down and the leadership that she brings on the court. And, she keeps us together. She runs the team on the court when she's out there. But I think, we have, great people coming off the bench. T stepped up, Vaughn stepped up, and I think they were ready. I think we just gotta, figure a way to like get that same energy, same leadership. She's bringing it on the bench as much as she can. But we just gotta, still find that groove again.
Yeah, definitely heartbroken, sad, and Just understanding that it's gonna be, a road to recovery for her. And, just to have her out on the court with us a few days ago, or even that day, and, for it to change so quickly is definitely, it just shows you how much you have to, respect and appreciate the game, because you just never know when you're gonna be in that situation. But ultimately, all we can do is just show her support, love, and just keep cheering her on the same way she cheers us on and the same way she leads us. So definitely was sad by it though, and wishing her the best in her recovery. I think she did a good job. I think she did a good job with her minutes, and it's only going to get better as the season goes on. Um, yeah, she's stepping into that role, and she's doing a good job so far. Um, I don't think it's a why does this keep happening thing. I think you just kind of you deal with it and you understand that it's a part of the game. Injuries happen, and that's just what it is. Honestly, a lot of us we play overseas, so we have a lot of miles on our bodies, and so I mean that can be also a factor into everything. But that's just the way it is. Not just in sports, but in life, things happen, and you just have to adjust. And it is what it is. You can't really do anything from complaining. You just have to make the best out of the situation. Oh, it's for me. Dang. Just like we said before, just locking back in, and Kurt came and he talked to us about being able to put teams away when you have them. I think we definitely did have them in the first half. It should have been a bigger lead, and so for us to be able to do what we want to do and win a championship, we got to put these teams away. And a team that has firepower like that, like Dallas, is always going to be a team that can come back. And so anytime we can supplement or give ourselves a big enough lead, we can walk up victorious. So just focusing on that, like we said before, finishing around the rim, and just being locked in. But we're gonna be ready next game for sure. Honestly, doesn't really make that big of a difference. Obviously, we're all professionals. We try to take care of our bodies. We're not gonna sit here and use an excuse. I feel like we were in a great position to win the game today, and we just didn't do it. I don't think it had anything to do with the travel or anything like that. It was just us not getting the job done. Thank you.
Thank you.